I stand on the edge of this forsaken world, the cold wind cutting through my armor and carrying the stench of fire, ash, and lingering death from the shattered fortress below. That fortress, now a monument to hubris, cruelty, and decay, stretches across the horizon in twisted ruin. Beside me, Drax's mechanical limbs hum softly, sensors scanning every shadow, every twisted shape for threats I cannot yet see. Every ruined tower, every curling plume of smoke whispers of horrors and suffering that awaited those who dared to defy fate. I have come seeking the truth, yet even before stepping inside, an icy dread grips me tightly, cold and unyielding, warning me of what I may find. The massive gates groan under their own weight as we step cautiously into the fortress, revealing corridors warped, twisted, and soaked in shadows of unspeakable corruption. Dark shapes flicker along the walls as if alive, moving with a sinister intent. I tighten my grip on my chainsword, each step measured and deliberate, muscles tense, senses alert. Drax moves beside me, every servo limb poised, sensors scanning every corner, every shadow, every whisper of motion. The stale, heavy air hums with something profoundly wrong, something unnatural, alien, and utterly malevolent, warning us of the horrors still lurking ahead in the darkness. And then they appear, the first of them, emerging from the shadows with grotesque, twisted forms, their faces contorted into masks of ecstatic agony. The stench of their corrupted flesh fills the air, sharp and unbearable. I raise my plasma pistol, feeling the familiar hum of power coursing through it, while Drax moves beside me with brutal efficiency, claws and integrated weapons tearing into the abominations. My heart pounds, adrenaline surging, yet my mind remains clear. Every strike, every shot, a deliberate step deeper into this unfolding nightmare, where death and madness wait at every corner. The hall stretches before me, vast and soaked in blood, the floor slick and reflecting the faint, eerie psychic glows from statues frozen in expressions of eternal agony. I step carefully, every nerve screaming and warning as Drax moves ahead, sensors scanning and limbs poised for immediate action. This place is alive with echoes of suffering, every shadow and reflection a testament to the Emperor's children's grotesque obsession with perfection. I force myself forward, each step heavier than the last, the weight of death and corruption pressing down like a living thing. Yet I cannot turn back. They struck without warning. The narrow hallway erupted into chaos, flesh and metal colliding in a frenzy of violent movement. I fired my plasma pistol repeatedly, each shot tearing through the oncoming mutated cultists, but their numbers seemed endless, relentless. Drax moved like a whirlwind beside me, his mechanical limbs striking with calculated ferocity, each blow precise and deadly. Every second felt stretched into eternity. The stench of blood and corruption thick in the air, reminding me of the true depth of horror that this fortress hides in its twisted, shadowed corridors. A presence unlike any I have faced fills the grand chamber, the air vibrating with raw psychic energy that burns through my senses. The malevolent figure rises, eyes glowing with unnatural power, casting long, twisted shadows across the walls. Drax positions himself between me and this foe, sensors flaring, mechanical limbs braced for action. I feel terror creeping into my mind despite every ounce of training and discipline. The chamber hums with darkness and malice, an oppressive force that threatens to consume everything in its path, warning of the unimaginable horrors to come. The duel begins with a clash of steel and raw psychic energy, the air crackling with tension as the antagonist's power surges violently, twisting reality around us. I pivot, chainsurd slicing through the charged atmosphere, every muscle taut, while Drax strikes relentlessly at mutated cultists, interfering with our fight. Sparks, smoke, and arcs of energy fill the chamber, highlighting the chaos and danger. Each movement is a desperate gamble, every strike a test of skill and resolve. I must survive this inferno of violence and uncover the dark truth behind this madness. The chamber bends and shudders under his psychic power, walls twisting and groaning as reality itself seems to warp around us. Waves of raw energy tear through the air, and I feel my mind straining, fighting against the onslaught. Drax moves with calculated precision, striking enemies thrown off balance by the force, yet even his strength is tested. Every breath, every movement is a fight to maintain focus, to endure the chaos surrounding us as the malevolent figure's power threatens to overwhelm body, mind, and spirit in this relentless storm of destruction. The room trembles violently as the antagonist's power erupts, throwing Drax across the blood-stained floor. Sparks and smoke rise from his damaged limbs, his metal shell groaning under the strain, while I lunge forward, reaching for him, helpless. My heart races, fury and fear intertwining as I witness my loyal companion reduced to sparks and embers. I shout his name, but there is no response. His eyes flicker once, dimly, then fade. Rage fills the void, and I raise my weapon, blood boiling, determination solidifying. This day the Emperor's judgment will be delivered. He screams as I strike, not from pain, but from disbelief, his corruption burning away in blinding fire. The fortress trembles around me, walls cracking and embers cascading from fractured arches, psychic energy dissipating into oppressive silence. I stand amidst ruin, cloak torn, armor scorched, weapon heavy in my hands, heart hollow from the loss of Drax, my loyal companion who fell defending me. Every shadow in the collapsing hall reminds me of the horrors we have endured, the whispers of the Emperor's children lingering even as their leader is reduced to ash. Flames lick the broken walls, the stench of blood and ozone thicken the air. I lower my weapon for a brief moment, scanning the debris and ruined halls for any lingering threat. But the silence is absolute, save for the distant groans of the dying fortress. My mind races through the battles, the screams of cultists, and the relentless psychic onslaught that tested every fiber of my being. Yet even as exhaustion and grief press upon me, a cold clarity takes hold. The heretic is defeated, Drax is gone, and I am the only one left to bear witness to this desecration. And still, in the shadows beyond the wreckage, I feel something watching, something unseen and patient, a lingering echo of the darkness we have fought. The Emperor's light, though dim and flickering, endures here. I tighten my grip on my chainsword, resolve steeling my spirit. This day we have survived, yet the war is far from over. The fortress may fall, the heretic may perish, but corruption never truly dies, and I must remain vigilant, prepared for the horrors that still lurk beyond the veil, waiting for the next moment to strike.